fluid retention. It's the main issue, and this is actually what attenuates it. But a lot of the times when people have lower back pumps, lower back pain, I always say, well, you're taking taurine. And the typical response is, well, no, should I? And I always say, well, alright, and we are recording. So, hi everybody, I'm Damon, and today I want to talk to you guys about something just a little bit more anecdotal, a little bit more personal. So we're not like doing the screen and talking about all the literature. I'm going to pop up a bunch of stuff on the screen anyway, but I figured this is just a better way for me to like sit down and talk to you guys and engage more like one-on-one, because I can look at the camera instead of just talking about the screen. So something that I've noticed is that there are a lot of people that I work out with which lift very, very, very heavily, and they get a lot of really bad lower back pains. Above and beyond that, even outside of squat and deadlift, anytime they do like the reverse hyperextensions or like single leg extensions, they get debilitating lower back pumps. And above and beyond that, just even the people that are on like very high amounts of gear, people taking Dianabol, not really see it with people that take Anadrol. I guess maybe just like the fluid retention, that's the main issue, and this is actually what attenuates it. But for a lot of the times when people have lower back pumps, lower back pain, I always say, well, you're taking taurine. And the typical response is, well, no, should I? And I always say, well, I take 5 grams and it's perfectly fine. And I don't even know if it's like 5 grams. I think it's like 5.5 because I check it back and I go about my workout perfectly fine. I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now. I remember reading it on a forum, and at the time I was just like, okay, well, this is what I've been saying and it works. Here's why. Perfect. But now that we have a lot of information available and present, there's a lot of stuff I can put on the screen, like, it's an intracellular osmolyte. It helps with the displacement of water, making sure that you have a sufficient amount of X, Y, and Z and putting everything together, which, I'm going to splice these on the screen so it's not just me talking about it. But no, this is, something that I've got a whole kilogram of it at a time, practically already through it. That's not an endorsement for that brand, by the way. Believe you me, I tried very early on, before I did Disney Nutrition, to try to get them to sponsor me, because they would give me like a lot of their free stuff just for doing Amazon reviews. I used a lot of it. It's very affordable. It's actually still where I get my creatine, but above and beyond that, and I didn't mention the name. If you're really interested, you can see it there. I link it in a few of my blog posts, but yeah, it's just like an affiliate thing through Amazon. It doesn't make any money, so I don't care. You can also find it literally anywhere. It's just taurine. But I think that taurine is one of those things that kind of gets like pushed by the wayside for no real reason. There's a lot to be said too about some people more sensitive than others. Some people don't notice any benefit. Some people don't do this, that, yada. But to me, it is so inexpensive. It's literally almost as cheap as creatine. And I think a lot of places actually have it cheaper than creatine. So I'm like, okay, well, have you guys tried this? Well, no. I'm like, okay, well then get like a 100-gram one, because it's still like 20 servings, and realistically, that's going to last you a few months. And think about it. If you're doing 5 grams, or like 4, and there's a lot of literature saying like 3.5 to 4 grams of it's fine. But this is sort of like just, like a personal anecdote for other people to kind of help them out with that. I'm not saying like do this. This is a vector which you can try it. So anywhere from like 3 to 5 grams, that's ideal for me, and even people much, much bigger than me. Again, like, I might look like kind of in shape, but there's guys I know, they're literally like 6 foot, they're 240 pounds, they squat like 500 pounds, they're huge dudes. That works for them. Similarly, you can find a lot of the conjecture on forums where people talk about their experience with it, and it's roughly about the same ballpark. But the way that it works is it sort of gets rid of that buildup of extra fluid and blood flow in your lower back. Again, very large oversimplification. Know that once you do like heavy deadlifts and heavy squats, if there's any break in your form, or like even if you're just training your lower back with like the reverse hyperextensions, it's really, really, really uncomfortable to like always have to be sitting up so straight, or like standing and like walking a specific way, because like if you don't have good posture, it just, you can feel your heartbeat in your back, and it's really, really uncomfortable. And even like if you like press it or like stretch it or try to stay upright, it doesn't really help, and you're just kind of stuck like that for like the next 3 to 5 minutes. And being able to mitigate that, I think, is like really important, because then it's not going to ruin the rest of your day. Go through your workout, get really pumped, but not to the point where you can't do anything. It actually makes the quality of your workout much lower. So hopefully this little short video is going to be something I can splice in between a lot of the other videos that are even coming out, where you guys can get some really like personable advice, because I realized like, okay, here's a lot of the literature that I talk about, and everything I talk about from experience, but I like to have something else to like back it up, or like to explain away my rationale, or explain away like why I wouldn't do this further, and saying that, okay, I did this, and it was pretty awful. But above and beyond that, it's going to be really AIDS if you do this, because of all of these things I just learned, like, that could happen. And I think that largely you guys would benefit from learning from my mistakes. And then above and beyond that, just being able to explain very, like, basic to me from being in the sphere for, like, a handful of years at this point, that could otherwise save you guys a lot of time. Yeah, I don't even know, like, how I'm going to explain it, but it's kind of like, I figure if I spend, like, 2 years making this mistake, if 50 people can save 2 years, like, the whole world as a whole saves 100 years of bad mistakes. So, you know, it's not really how that works, but I just think it's like a fun way of, like, viewing it, where it's like, oh, even, like, if only 30 people view this video, you know, maybe 2 of them don't do something stupid. 1 person doing something stupid saves 2 people from doing something stupid because they're smart, and you guys were very smart. You guys are able to sit here and listen to me drone about something because you're actually that interested in it, and that's great. But yeah. But above and beyond that, I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns about taurine, again, hopefully you guys have learned something. I want to keep this under 10 minutes. I don't know how YouTube's algorithm works with that anymore. I think it's like less than 10 minutes. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing more important I'm going to be saying on the topic. So yeah, taurine, anywhere from like 3 to 5 grams. And it really helps with my lower back pumps anytime I get it. And it's helping a lot of my buddies. And I hope it can be helpful for you guys too. So until next time, doodles.